What's Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Black Chat 3 Long Face Skinny Pop. And we back still black with some more fire Boruto anime manga content. Not forgetting the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash the like button, share the video with your friends, because it's finally time to get into that Boruto theory that I have been stressing about. So 16-year-old Boruto and 16-year/17-year-old Kawaki facing off in the time skip, the start of the manga, the start of the anime episode. A lot of speculations, a lot of theories about, what's going on with that battle, why that battle is going down, what happened on Naruto. A lot of people are overlooking the mere fact. Now, I'm talking about this theory in a sense where I didn't see it anywhere circling around the community, but it's very much possible where at the end of that battle, both of those figures will not be alive, referring to both Boruto and Kawaki, and it's very much possible of Boruto killing Kawaki in that confrontation. Now, this isn't a video of me saying why I believe this will happen, but this is just me pointing towards everything that supports that theory or supports that idea, even dating back into Naruto and OG Sasuke days. Now, with both Boruto and Kawaki, they have a clash of ideas. That's just like the basis of their characters. Now, it's similar, but also very much different to the basis of how Naruto and Sasuke grew up, where it was a rivalry, one stronger than the other, one trying to get up on the other. With Boruto and Kawaki, it's like, okay, Boruto saying we should go left, Kawaki says we should go right. Why? And now they can't figure out why one wants to go left and why one wants to go right. And we even see it in the current anime arc where they constantly argue about the decisions or, the beliefs that the other one has, and how Kawaki feels like Boruto is too soft, Boruto feels like Kawaki is being too rash and irrational in a whole lot of things. So it's always a clash of ideals between the two versus a rivalry, trying to just get up one up, because none of them really care. I don't get the vibe of Boruto caring, oh, how strong Kawaki is, or Kawaki caring how strong Boruto is. That's not how their relationship was built. Now, something that was very key in Naruto and Sasuke's relationship is 4 things that really define their relationship and all. A clash of power, a decisive battle, another clash of power, and another decisive battle. On top of the hospital, when Naruto and Sasuke first did that Rasengan Chidori clash when they were kids, and then later on when Sasuke beat Naruto in the final valley of the end of part 1. Now, in Shippuden, where we see Naruto and Sakura and Kakashi against Sasuke, where Naruto and Sasuke have their own little 1v1, and Naruto tells Sasuke the major thing that had a whole lot of heads spinning at the time was the next time that they fought, one of them will definitely die. And then later on at the end of Shippuden, where we see Naruto eventually win. Both clashes of power and in both decisive battle, we already understood it was a pattern that was being followed. Now, similarly, we can see with both Boruto and Kawaki, they had many skirmishes, but their clashes of power is something that we should start to look at starting back their first Karma Seal training, where Kawaki is obviously shooting blasts at Boruto, just throwing him under the bus, throwing him in the wolves, telling this is the best way to learn Karma Seal. Boruto saying, you can't expect me to learn Karma Seal by you just doing this. You got to actually tell me what to do and teach me how to do it. So we already understand they have a very difference of how they want to accept things to go down. And now one of their major decisive battles happening with where we see Momoshiki already taking away Sasuke's Rinnegan. Now this is where the difference comes in between the parallels of the 4 characters, because with Boruto and Kawaki, a lot of instances is going to actually be Kawaki versus Momoshiki versus Kawaki versus Boruto, so when we first see Kawaki versus Momoshiki using Boruto's body, Kawaki decides to do the only thing he could think of at the time, which is setting himself on fire in order to help Borushiki come back to his senses, and of course that ends up working. So the first instance, we see Kawaki willing to sacrifice his life. Later on into the story, where we have Borushiki even popping up again versus Code, we understand the things that went down, True Essence Boruto popping up, and all of the things that have been happening based off of their previous conversations of how to get rid of the Karma Seal, possibly placing one on Code, Boruto not really agreeing with Kawaki on those type of ideals and how to approach, saving his life. All in all, understanding that they might just have to end up killing Boruto in order to preserve the ninja well, and that's exactly what ended up doing. Now, Kawaki made the rash decision throughout the fight to kill Momoshiki as soon as he manifested, going straight for the kill, regardless of trying to talk Boruto out of it or not. prior to how he used to try to do so. Once Boruto comes to his senses, he already comes to understanding with Kawaki that he needs to be killed off at that time. So now in that second major decisive moment, Boruto sacrifices his life, but not just that, he sacrifices his life similarly to how Kawaki almost sacrificed his life, but Boruto is killed off by Kawaki himself. Now that for some reason takes me all the way back to when we see Naruto and Sasuke. When Naruto tells Sasuke the next time they fight, one of them will die. And it's been too many close moments or too many close calls in a similar sense where Naruto is basically telling Sasuke, we can't keep doing this back and forth shit. It's gonna have to end one day, and obviously we know how it ended. Now with Boruto and Kawaki's case, it definitely is gonna have to reach a point where it's gonna have to end one day. And Kishimoto is famous for doing callbacks and parallels that's dating back even not just from Shippuden, but also OG Naruto's day. So it's not so far-fetched to take, you know, the similar pattern that he took with Naruto and Sasuke, and even taking things that he left out or decided not to implement and incorporating it into both Boruto and Kawaki's relationship, in a sense where maybe the next time we see 16-year-old Boruto and 16-year-old Kawaki fight, that will be the time that Boruto ends up killing Kawaki, and it has to be Boruto killing Kawaki because we already understood both of them have been in a situation where they sacrificed a life. Only one of them has been in a situation where they actually were killed off. So the poetic justice will lie where we see 16-year-old Boruto, 16-year-old Kawaki fighting. Boruto asking Kawaki, were you willing, like why would you willing to go this far? Telling Kawaki, I didn't even think you were gonna be able to go this far. So it's not hard to believe that by the end of that battle, they both understand that it's not gonna be something where they fight and they're gonna be able to make up, versus no, they are actually fighting to kill. And it's already been evident where Boruto has died in one of their battles. Mind you, it was Momoshiki, however, Boruto coming cautious towards the end of that battle. But now the poetic justice line where they're both fully powered, they're both 16, they're both mature enough to understand what's going on, and they're both gonna still have a clash of ideals similar to how they had all throughout their childhood, but now at this point in time understanding that this is gonna be probably most likely the last time that they will have to do so. And you can see it in both Boruto and Kawaki's eyes, where Boruto is telling Kawaki he's still a shinobi, and if that's what he has to do, he's gonna end up defeating and killing Kawaki as a shinobi, where Kawaki is saying, all right, you know what, Boruto, if this is gonna be how it is, I'm gonna have no choice but to send you where I sent the Lord 7th Hokage. Now in terms of where that place is, I don't know. Does it have anything to do with the theory itself? Not necessarily, for the mere fact that the theory is Boruto will be the one killing Kawaki in that final confrontation. And the poetic justice and the buildup is all there throughout the story, where we see decisive battle, you know, potential clash buildup, decisive battle, potential clash buildup, just how we've seen with both Naruto and Sasuke, and how it happens to one, something is going to happen to the other. Naruto lost the first fight, Naruto won the second fight. Kawaki kills Boruto in their first major decisive battle, Boruto will end up killing Kawaki in their second major decisive battle. Now the differences is the thing that, you know, keeps it all fresh, where, you know, you mix in the times where Momoshiki has had to pop up and it's actually Kawaki fighting Momoshiki. However, the instance is still there where it's not necessarily a battle of rivalry between the two, like I said with Naruto and Sasuke, but more so a battle of ideals and how each of them see, you know, the ninja world, just how it affects the people around them and affects the way that they are brought up. Kawaki sees it in a different light than how Boruto sees it, and they both cannot come to terms or come to agree with how they believe that it should be or how they believe it will be, similar to how Naruto and Sasuke eventually were able to come to terms. So the poetic justice would definitely lie in Boruto killing Kawaki in that conversation that we see, but also how much would it do for Boruto's character at that point in time? Because I also am a true believer of that not being even close to being the end of the series. Boruto and Kawaki are fighting in the midst of a greater and much bigger threat that is out there, possibly most likely being the Otsutsuki or whatever cyborg infiltration into the shinobi world that we have to deal with. Boruto realizes at that point in time he's gonna have to be the one to kill Kawaki, and it's gonna have to be at that moment right there where we see them facing off. So how do y'all feel like this theory is actually going to be built up? Do y'all believe it's very much possible for Boruto to kill Kawaki in that conversation that we see? And do y'all believe that Kishimoto might even be bold enough to take that route? Everything that has been leading up to it, do y'all see the similar patterns as I'm seeing? And do y'all believe that even with Naruto's projection or prophecy in him and Sasuke, can it be placed onto Boruto and Kawaki? Naruto thought the next time Sasuke and him fought a serious fight, one of them was gonna die. That wasn't the case. Now, can that same prophecy be placed onto both both Boruto and Kawaki. It's your boy Black Chat 3. Long face anybody. Leave your thoughts below. How y'all believe Boruto versus Kawaki actually will end up, and do y'all think it's possible Boruto killing Kawaki will be poetic justice for the story, where we already seen Kawaki sacrifice himself, we seen Boruto sacrifice himself, we seen Kawaki take the killing strike, the killing blow onto Boruto. Now all that's left is to see Boruto do the same, taking that killing strike and the killing blow onto Kawaki. It's your boy Black Chat 3. Long face anybody. Into my next video. Holla at your boy. I'ma holla at y'all. Black Chow. Yes sir. Ski.
Hey, can we take a trip to the sky? Show them that our limit's too high. Cocoa butter hips on the west side. She said